What up, everybody? Welcome to Lahore's Lounge, and I'm your host and MC, Miss Jessica Lahore. And today in history, Beyonce and Taylor Swift are taking over the world one concert at a time, simultaneously fueling the economy. But enough about them. Today in Lahore's Lounge, I'm so excited to welcome MC, comedian, and overall amazing human, Debbie Scheer, into the lounge. So take a seat, grab a drink, buckle on up for one wild adventure as we welcome Debbie Scheer into the Lahore's Lounge. All right, everybody, we are back, and I'm really excited to welcome a special guest, Debbie Scheer, into the lounge. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm so good. You have no idea how excited I am that you said yes to doing this with me.
Of course I would say yes. Of course.
We've worked together for many years. You've known each other for longer than that. You were at the very beginning of a lot of my drag journey as well. And so this is such a great full circle moment for me.
Yay.
I want to kind of talk about you in this first little segment just because I got to watch you've done so many interviews. You have done so many public speaking events where you've talked on different topics. You have a podcast, or Debbie Scheer Speaks. There's just so many opportunities that you had. And so I'm trying to think about how to make this one different where things I haven't gotten a chance to hear from you. And you wear so many hats. Yeah. One of your biggest hats is that you are an MC, and might I add, a phenomenal MC.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Where you combine a lot of what your responsibilities are with your own personal style and humor.
Yeah.
So tell me about where you started with MCing events and how you even got into it. And where your spin came with it.
Great question. So if you go back 10 years, I started doing stand-up comedy, and I loved it. I didn't love the late nights, as we all know. I like to be in bed early. And so I also noticed that in our community there was some things missing. So I started to create comedy and education shows combined. So I did that, and I was also doing speaking on various topics and dabbling in MC, but started to get asked more and more to MC. Yeah. And then in 2016, I went to auctioneering school to become a benefit auctioneer.
Yes. I was going to say one of the many hats in a completely different world, isn't it? Is it like the 50, 50, 50, 50, 60,
well,
60?
Somewhat. I'm not that fast of a talker, but I oftentimes will MC and auctioneer events. I work with nonprofits and schools, and I do about 50 events a year. And so, that's it right there. I really wanted to find something. I used to work in the nonprofit sector that would take my love of nonprofits, my love of connecting with an audience through humor, and raise money for nonprofits and make a living for myself and my family.
Absolutely, because I mean, you're an independent artist in what you do, and it's a lot of work to get to that point. You know, you're building.
You know a little something about that.
But I think that's one of the things I connect with you on is that you have such a unique way of the way that you MC these events that you're being requested back, and you build such a rapport with so many organizations.
Thank you.
But with MCing, we both know there are really great times and really, really hard times as well.
Yes.
What is one of your most memorable MCing events, and one of your most maybe not embarrassing, but like you remember it and you're like, oh, this didn't go as planned?
Well, oddly enough, it's almost the same event. So I did an event pre-COVID, and it was for a women's reproductive rights organization in Boulder. Great. And they do an event, I'll just say what it is. It's called Condom Couture. Okay. I think you've heard of it.
Yeah, I have.
Maybe. And so it's a runway show, fashion show, and then they have a fundraising element. And all of the designs are made out of... shocking, I have to say this.
Unused.
New condoms.
Just to clarify.
That the fact that people would need that clarification.
Do people ask?
They do ask that.
I'm really unfortunate. It sounds like a very different fashion show.
It is. You got that right. So it's magnificent. Well, anyways, I love that organization. I love the event. The crowd, the energy in the crowd is just phenomenal. Yeah. But I wore this really sparkly jumpsuit. Okay. I know. And I had my note cards, and I walked to the end of the runway, and I dropped my notes on the stage.
Like 5 days after
And in that moment, I realized that the jumpsuit was not a bend over, bend down,
Outfit.
sit down outfit. So I was standing there on stage in front of, 300 plus people, and I just said, the only way this is going to continue is if you, kind soul in the front row, hand me my notes, because I can't bend down in this. So,
Oh my gosh, but that is such a comedic moment.
Yeah.
Like, that's about timing and reading.
Yeah.
Like, when you can get everybody on your side,
Exactly.
even with the mistake at the beginning.
Exactly.
So I see what you're saying, half and half, both a great event,
it
but
was
also
lovely. I mean, and it's hard because all of the events, we're not supposed. I feel like it's almost like kids. I can't say, well, this child's my favorite, although it depends on the day. But you're not supposed to say that.
No.
So I don't have a favorite nonprofit. I really, truly love them all. So all the events are so special to me. I mean, there are some that I've done for many years, and I've gotten to know the people.
Longest running that you've worked for?
One of the longest running would be the Matthew Shepard Foundation, and they're coming up in October, and it's been 25 years since his death, and so I have a very soft spot for Judy and Dennis Shepard, and over the years, you just get really close. I mean, as you are too with your groups, you just.
The longer you're with somebody that it's such an easier flow, the way that you're working with the organizations, and you are appreciated more for it as well.
Yeah.
I love that. I love how involved you are with raising money, philanthropy work. You're a huge advocate of not only what you do with organizations, but mental health as well.
Big deal.
You talk a lot about mental health, and I actually wrote down one of the quotes that you said you talked about your anxiety very openly. And one of the things that you talked about is... I just want to make sure that I get this correct. Using humor in regular conversation can make the human connection stronger. Is that something you still stand by with?
100%, especially when we're talking about topics that might be a little bit hard to talk about, which that in itself is sad and needs to change, but we're making progress, right? We're having better, more important conversations. But if you can, it's really using humor to talk about the journey. You're not using humor to decrease the seriousness of the topic, right? Yeah. Mental health is a big, big deal, but you're using humor to bring people together to have really more vulnerable, authentic conversations around it.
Yeah, I would argue that if you're able to make a light of a joke in some way, people almost lower their shoulders, take a deep breath and say, oh, okay, we're going to listen and learn something, but I'm also in a safe space to kind of laugh with you.
Absolutely. 100%. That's it.
I keep saying it, but you're just so wonderful at combining the two of those things.
Thank you.
And like I said, I've watched a lot of your interviews on podcasts, and I love the way that you host and that you interact with people. Tell me about Debbie Scheer Speaks, your podcast.
Yeah, so we started that during COVID. Ken Young. Well, actually, you were involved.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, the podcast that Ken. He's such a brilliant person. And it's sadly, I love it. It was kind of like conversations, community, and connection, because I believe all of those things, right? We need to feel connected, to have healthier communities. And you do that by having great conversations. So that ran, and now that you say it, you're motivating me. I need to get back at it.
I love it, personally.
I do too. I did, yeah.
And so maybe that's something that can come back into play at some point.
I will.
There's so many various topics. We'll link it down below, but it's a really great series.
I love it, and I love doing it. And it was just, with life, right? Like it's a passion project, and you, as a mom of two boys, it's one of those things you got to try and find the time.
That's what I was going to bring up next. Is that I keep bringing up this so many hats, and you do wear so many hats. But how do you balance that with being a full-time mom of two?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're 16 and 13 now, and
it's the perfect age right there.
Well, how do you define perfect?
Perfect as in I am happy that you are the mother of them and I am not.
Okay, well, I'm sad that you're not the mother of them. It's great. I love them. They're amazing humans, and it's really hard. And I will tell you, young people right now are struggling with their own mental health coming out of COVID. It's been rough. Yeah. It's, and if a parent tells you it hasn't been, I would question how honest they're being.
For real.
Really.
I think, anybody that says that it was good, I understand. I want to know what was good for you about that time.
Right.
Because it was just hard on everybody in some ways.
Yeah, it was rough.
What does your balance of look like when it comes to do you still do comedy, stand-up? And do you still do a lot? Obviously, you're working all of these fundraisers, but comedy, what does that look like?
Yeah, so comedy now, I do about 50 fundraising events a year, MC, auctioneering, and then comedy is something that I love to do when I get the opportunity. And now it's been a lot of private events and corporate events, which is great.
Yeah.
Because just as well as I do, you want to get paid.
You want to get paid. They're willing to pay you for it.
Yep.
And they kind of seek out your expertise for it too.
Yeah. I mean, that's an entirely different conversation, the getting paid and how do you get paid. And
Part 2, come on back.
I mean, that's a big deal. But so I do, whenever I'm asked, I will do comedy if I can, because I love it. It's edgy. I can be edgier. I can show up in a different way, a different side. So it's great.
Yeah. Okay, I want to kind of turn topics really quick, just because we've gotten to know you. You just celebrated recently 5 years of sobriety, and I'd say that you are a huge advocate in the Denver community for sober spaces, bringing sobriety to Pride and making it fun and exciting to be sober, which has inspired me to change my language at shows and hosting and emceeing.
Good, that's awesome.
To promote the idea of sobriety. And what is your journey like, and what inspired you to bring and push these spaces to be more here?
Yeah, I mean, my journey's been, it's interesting. It's not been easy. I always would get frustrated with people who say, primarily I would hear women say this, well, I got sober and I lost 20 pounds and life was glorious. And I'm like, bitch, that is not my story. And I'm going to tell the other side of that, because for me, when I quit drinking, I gained quite a bit of weight because your body's craving that sugar, right? And it's going to
just replace it with something else at that point.
Yes, I did. Yeah. Never met a carb I didn't like. And so it's just the truth. And it was really hard, I'm not going to lie, because I was using alcohol to mask my anxiety and depression. And when you take off that mask, take it away, you still have anxiety and depression, and you need to figure out how to manage that. So it's been great. I wouldn't change it for anything. I'm so grateful that I'm here where I am now, 5 years in. And the reason why these spaces are so important is our community, the queer, the GLBTQ plus, whatever community, we are targeted. Alcohol has always been a big part of our community. Bar life has been a big part of where we feel safe and where we meet people. And, sober people have for a long time been an afterthought. It's like the kids at the kid table, right?
I see what you're saying.
Here you go. Here's your club soda with a splash of cranberry juice.
Here are all these drink specials. Oh, and then here's a water or a Red Bull. Like this, these are your 2 options.
Exactly. And so now what we're seeing is this really new wave of bars, community spaces that understand that sobriety is so important to so many people. And if you say that you're part of a community and you want to be inclusive, you have to include all the parts of the community. You have to include the sober folks in the community. So, as you know, last year in 2022, the center who hosts Pride decided to go forward with a sober space, which was amazing. We did it again this year.
And it went well.
It went well. And the thing that we kept hearing over and over again is people said, thank you for creating a space. I don't go to Pride, or I didn't go to Pride, because it was, for a lot of people who don't drink, Pride is overwhelming.
Yes, it is very party heavy.
Very party heavy.
Yes.
And so they now can participate and be a part of Pride Fest and stay sober.
I think that's amazing. It takes one person to kind of create these changes, and you've done it. It's going to continue to grow and get bigger and better. And we even had some sober bars that came into play. We're having sober events that are happening in general. And I think promoting the idea that you can enjoy both in a space.
Exactly.
Is really nice.
And now we have a lot of our gay, queer bars that have a really decent sober menu.
Oh yeah, mocktail
which is
menus,
amazing.
Specialty mocktails, all
love
kinds
it.
of things. So you're part of the experience.
Yeah, it's great.
I love it.
It's great.
You kind of definitely had a lot of that, and you inspired me and several others I know.
Well, thank you for doing that, because there are people. And the thing with sobriety is you don't know who's in the audience, right? You don't know who's watching. You don't know who's listening. And as you know very well, language is important.
It is how you address a crowd, what jokes you might find funny that are not funny to others, and so I completely agree. You don't know who's sober in the crowd as well, who's going through something like that.
Yeah.
Debbie, I want to have one more question for you.
Okay.
Tell me what Little Debbie was like. Little Debbie, sorry.
Tell me the dessert. I was a snack.
I was like, you're looking like a snack now, honey. She's like, I didn't show up with anything, but I wore this push-up bra for you. We can talk about it.
Okay.
Let's talk, because I'm trying not to focus too much.
Well, so you may know this about me. Well, first of all, I don't have big boobs, but I love when, because I always comment, whenever drag queens have boobs in, I'm the first to be like, yes, please more, thank you. And so I knew I was coming here, and I have one bra that's super padded, and I thought, I'm going to wear it for Miss Jessica.
Oh, you did. And because of that, Little Debbie looking like a snack over here. And I love it.
That's all I have going. And then I'm just going to man spread the rest of the time. So everybody can
see. Tell me about it.
Yes.
I was like, I don't have anything right there.
There you go. It's okay.
Oh, for real, Little Debbie, like growing up, what were you like growing up?
That's a cool question. I love that question. I was super... problematic for my parents, I would say. I mean, I think they loved it, but I was a constant questioner. I was a real chatty Cathy, no surprise there.
I can see that.
No surprise there. I was really physical as a kid. I was what used to be called a tomboy. We probably don't say that anymore, but I'm 55, so when I was little...
Call yourself whatever you want to.
I mean, when I was little, that was what they said. I was climbing trees and running and causing problems and... good problems, right? Yeah. So I was really,
So adventurous, talkative.
Very talkative.
Problematic for your parents.
Well, parents are like, oh my God, enough already. Yes, we were like, can we have some silence? Like, I get it now as a parent, but, then, so yeah.
I really love that. It was a great question that hit last
I love
last
that question.
Episode, and so I like the different answers. Yeah. How are you to this human now? Would you say that this is pretty resemblant in any way?
I think I talk for a living, right? So that's great. And as a little kid, I was definitely, I don't want to say for the underdog, but I was really clear about justice and injustice. And even though I didn't fully understand it, I had an awareness about it. So it is interesting that I work for these great organizations, many who raise money for social justice causes. So
because you're aware, you know that your job is much bigger than what is out in the world that you can provide to.
Yeah,
I love that. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, thanks for asking it.
So I want to go into an activity next week.
Oh God,
we got to know you a little bit.
It's not a craft.
It is not a craft. I definitely have seen you talk about hating crafting.
It's like, but people don't get this. It is such an emotional, stressful. Talk about something that will trigger my anxiety more than anything. And Dixie Crystals knows this because she had to talk me down from the ledge. It's like someone who says, we're all going to get together and do a craft.
And you're like, oh.
I'm like, we're all? Who's we? And where was this in the fine print? Because so.
That's so funny. Can you imagine if we would have gone with the crafting option? Something in my gut told me not to, and then I did listen to that, and I was like, no, we're not doing that. So no crafts, nothing to worry about. But we are going to play a game called Which Bitch Said It? Okay?
Okay.
For this first round, we're going to have a series of words, okay? And I'm going to show you, I'm going to read it, and you're going to tell me if, for the first round, this was an Ellen quote, or if this is a Scheer lyric, okay? So you have to tell me.
Can I just say publicly, the entire community is going to be very disappointed in me.
I'm playing with you. I have not seen these. I don't know
but
either.
You're way more aware than I am.
You are giving me way too much credit. So this is the segment, Which Bitch Said It? Scheer or Ellen quote, lyric, laugh as much as you can, laugh until you cry, cry until you laugh.
Well, that would be an awkward lyric for a song, wouldn't it? I mean,
I think you'd like to think so, but they have really interesting. Scheer talks a lot about love, and
I did see her in concert quite a few years ago, and not that I would have remembered any. I'm going to say Ellen.
I'm going to say Ellen as well.
Oh,
it is Ellen. Wow, this is fancy. You got this all set up. Okay, then press it again. Scheer lyric or Ellen quote: I was taught to be tough. That the best that you can be ain't enough. I feel like that's a Scheer.
I do too.
Just the way that I said it made me want to say it like her.
Yes.
Scheer. We said Scheer, and it is Scheer. Perfection.
Okay.
Okay, next
We're
one.
2 for 2.
We're doing pretty good. See, you were worried about this game until the topics. Wait till topic number 2. Scheer lyric or Ellen quote, find out who you are and be that person.
Oh, see, that could be both, but I'm going to guess Ellen. But you might say Scheer.
I'm going to say Scheer just so we can change it up and see, because I feel like it could be either as well. It is Ellen, though. Okay, so you're up a point.
That episode she came out and got her toaster. I don't remember what happened in that episode. I don't know. It was Melissa Etheridge.
She brought her toaster out and said, "Find out who you are and be that person."
Who likes rye bread?
I don't know.
I mean, here we are.
Level 2 or 3. Okay, my life is perfect even when it's not.
I'm gonna say Scheer.
I'm gonna say Scheer for that one as well. Oh, we both were wrong. It's Ellen. That sounded like a Scheer.
It did. It sure did.
Quote. Okay. Scheer or Ellen quote. So you feel misunderstood, baby? Have I got news for you? I'm being used. I could write a book. You don't want to hear about it.
Scheer.
This is Scheer for sure. I don't think I've ever heard Ellen say like baby.
Yeah, exactly.
It is totally it's Scheer from Strong Enough. Okay. All right, next topic of we have to choose between. It is either a Hallmark card or an Alicia Keys lyric.
Wow.
Okay. Either one. Hallmark card.
This giggle is nervousness, just so we're all clear. It is very nervous. I feel like I'm in school. I haven't studied for the test, and I don't know what's going to happen. Okay.
There's nothing that could have prepared you for this unless you've. Do you know? You listen to Alicia Keys? Do you know of her?
Well, that is hurtful, but yes, I do know of her. Yep. Okay.
Even if it ain't all it seems, I got a pocket full of dreams. Oh, this is so hard. I'm going to say Alicia Keys because of the way that I can hear it, like her voice saying.
I would agree with you.
Okay. It is Alicia Keys.
Okay.
Empire State of Mind. Okay. Hallmark or Alicia Keys. Inside my heart and inside my very soul, there's a deep joy and true contentment. For all I could ever want is what I have with you.
That needs, if it's not, it should be a Hallmark card.
It should be an Alicia Keys song if it's not too. I'm going to go with Hallmark card. It is a Hallmark card.
Yes, that feels Hallmarky.
Feels good inside.
Yeah.
Like, what's that? Not TLC. Is it TLC? No, the Hallmark has their own channel, doesn't it? The Hallmark show?
Yeah.
Feels like a Hallmark movie. Okay, next one. If you're worried, baby, you just gotta let it go. All your hustles ain't for nothing. You just gotta take it slow.
I'm going to say Alicia Keys.
I'm going to say Alicia Keys just because hustle isn't a word I think that Hallmark would approve of.
Hallmark has a card like this.
They're PG-13 Hallmark cards. It is Alicia Keys. That's correct. We're doing good with this one. Okay. You ask me if I love you, and I make you this promise. Yes, I love you. I always will.
See, now that could be both.
This could be both.
But I'm going to say Hallmark. Feels like a wedding card.
I'm going to say Alicia Keys for this one.
Yeah.
I can see it being split. It is Hallmark.
But will you send this to her and do a request?
See, this is why I put them side by side, because she could write for Hallmark.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, next one. In your arms, I find peace and a feeling of home.
I'm sorry. I really hope it's not her, but
you really hope it's probably her. I'm gonna say it's Hallmark though.
I feel Hallmarky vibes from that.
Okay, it is Hallmark. Yes. That could be her though. That's the thing. Is she's such a sentimental, loving. Okay, last one. Okay. It's our hardest one. Okay. Is this a movie quote or a Nicki Minaj lyric? Okay. Movie quote or Nicki Minaj lyric.
Who's that?
You're going to get canceled.
All of the barbs are going to come for you.
Already.
I don't got to talk. The Lord defends me. I watch them all fall for going against me. Because it rhymes, it makes me want to think it's Nicki Minaj, but why do I feel like this is a movie quote? I don't gotta talk, the Lord defends me. I watch them fall, we're going against me.
I'm gonna say Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj, because of the beat. It is Nicki Minaj!
Yay. Okay.
She was on
See, we won't get canceled. We got it right.
I was gonna say, yeah.
say hello to the bad guy. They say, I'm a bad guy.
I don't know what movie, but that feels movie.
I feel like this is Nicki Minaj.
Oh, okay. I hope so.
Nicki Minaj movie. It is a movie. Scarface.
Okay.
Wow, well, you even got the image in there.
Yeah.
Flip me off. Okay. I swear to God, man, everything in life is old, and the only thing that changed is the price of gold. I say movie quote.
I'm going to agree because
she's young. I can't hear her saying, I swear to God, man.
Yeah.
Like, I can't hear that physically. So I'm going to say movie as well.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, we were both wrong. Here I am. Wow, we're going to get canceled now. Nicki Minaj, here I am. Okay, next one. I never worry. Life is a journey. I just want to enjoy the ride.
I'm just going to say if this is her, then she needs to be canceled because this does not feel like this would be her.
This doesn't feel like this would be her.
This is a movie quote.
I feel like she wouldn't enjoy the ride. She'd be like, I'm going to make the ride my bitch.
And life is a journey.
Yeah,
That doesn't feel...
Ah! Okay, we're definitely... It was Nicki Minaj, The Night is... I love that songs, too.
Oh,
wow.
sorry, Nicki.
Okay, well,
I'm
apparently...
really sorry.
It's the older version. My bad. All right, next one. Bitch, you don't have a future. This has to be a movie. It could be her, but I feel like this is a movie. Bitch, you don't have a future? What do you think?
I could go either way. This is a tricky one. I'm going to say movie.
Movie, okay.
I hope it is, but either one.
I'm going to say movie as well. It is Kill Bill.
There you go.
Kill Bill. Okay, and then that's it. That was pretty good. See,
that
you did
was-
way better than
Okay.
you thought that you
I
would
was
do.
just nervous.
You were
for a
very
moment.
nervous.
You didn't have to study.
You did have to
Didn't have to
study.
study.
You did very well.
Okay,
At
it was
least
a team.
B plus.
It was team.
True.
Team effort. That always helps.
That's actually true. We did get a couple of those Nicki ones wrong though together.
There we go.
That was a lot of fun. This next segment that we're going to do is called Let's Have a Jess Talk. So let's have a Jess Talk.
Okay.
In this bag, we change it every time. There are a
Okay.
bunch of different topics.
Okay.
We're just going to talk about them.
I love
Give
it.
our opinions. When we feel like the conversation's done, we'll go to the next one. Super easy. So I'll pick the first one, and then you can pick the next one. Let's see what we got. How clever.
We're going to make
Which
you
one do you
stand
want?
up and pick it. I'll do this one.
Okay.
All right,
What
you reading
is
it or
it?
am I reading
You
it?
can read it.
I don't have my readers. Oh,
I
it's
gotcha.
it's a
I
good
can read
font.
it.
It's a good font. Though.
I
That's
gotcha.
okay.
Yeah.
It's big. Thank you for that.
What does home look like for you?
That's a really great question. I was worried this would be something like politically the climate.
There are
you know.
some political stuff
All right,
in
well,
there,
then
but-
that conversation has ended. Home to me, well, I'm a nester, right? Like,
Okay.
I love home. I love being home.
Yeah.
And so, did it say look like or feel like?
Feel like I guess, what does home look like? What does it look like for you? I guess feelings included in that, but what
Yeah,
does it look
it
like?
just looks like family and food and comfort and good conversations and lots of love and just, yumminess.
Okay.
I don't know. That's the only.
I like that. I went a whole different direction with it, and I was thinking about like this place that I feel the safest and whatnot. Like, I feel like I now feel like home. My actual home is my home, but I also feel like being around my sisters is home every time I'm with them, even if we're not in a house or whatever. It's people that I feel safe with. That's what it looks like to me. I'm around things that feel comfortable,
Yeah.
feel safe. Like this is home
Your
for me
home, yeah.
because I'm around things that remind me of me. I'm with good people. I'm good energy. So
I love it.
yeah, that's what home is for me.
Okay.
All right, next one.
Yes.
I'll pull out two again.
Sure.
Yeah, there are some political ones in here, but
Okay, we'll
we'll see what happens. A whole bunch of different topics.
Okay, we'll do this one.
All right. Simpsons.
Okay.
Let's talk about the Simpsons.
Were you a Simpsons fan?
I love the Simpsons. I feel like I got more into the Simpsons as I dove into a whole of their conspiracy theories. Like they predict things and then they actually happen. And that still happens to this day. Like even as recent as the fish ish, like the toxic fish issue in Japan or something. They predicted that. It's crazy. So that's when I got into more. But I really do like The Simpsons because it's classic.
It is classic. I didn't watch it. It wasn't something I watched religiously, like my passion for The Office. But right, that's a whole nother. But I liked it, and my kids got into it for a while. One summer we were visiting family. My sister and brother-in-law brought like all these DVDs. Right, that's a thing. That's a thing, and that is a thing. And so we watched a lot of The Simpsons, and it is. Their shows actually lead to great conversations.
They really do.
I think.
I feel like it's the lower rated in terms of like content of like a Family Guy or a South Park. Like if you go one step ahead, the conversation is just like blatantly offensive or terrible. And in Simpsons, they touch on things to start the conversation.
Yeah.
I also thought it was really cool that not only is it one of the longest running, but they have so many. It's like a thing. Like if you get Simpsonized and put into an episode, like it's like a goal for celebrities because so many do appearances. Like to be a Simpson character, they just added a couple drag queens. RuPaul has been Simpsonized, so I think it's really cool.
That's neat.
To like have a stamp of approval to be like, I was in an episode in The Simpsons. This is my character. But classic characters. I also love voiceover work. So to find out one actor does 8 different characters and will have like a conversation with himself, I thought was really cool. But I don't know anything else about them other than that I would just watch it. Like you said, not a diehard fan, but little things. Super easy. Okay. All right. Last one.
Okay.
Last one.
You go for it. You.
I want to choose this one.
I trust you.
I don't know if you should.
We'll decide after you read it if that was a mistake.
Sex toys.
Okay.
Here we go.
What time does this air?
Time to go. Time to get it. It's late night. Let's talk sex toys. This is great. This is where we're gonna get the meat. I'm ready for this.
There's no conversation over as far as I'm concerned with this topic.
Okay,
just so we're clear.
Let's make it happen then.
I love it. What do you want to talk about?
I think that everybody should try them by themselves and with people. I think that they should be a healthy part of any individual or partnered sex life. All types of shapes, flavors, whatever you're into.
Absolutely.
Have I gone into the realm of like looking at sex toys in a shop, for example? Like I can tell you the first like time I walked into a sex store and got freaked out because I was like, what are these things? And some of them are still scary to me. Like I don't personally get into like having a full fist of a silicone thing personally, but to each their own.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, and I taught sex ed for many years.
Did you?
I did. And
oh
so I love this topic because this comes up a lot, right? When you're teaching kids or adults, you want to know. Yes. And then one of the shows that I ran was called Sex Calm the Show. And so we had my friend Shanna, who is a social worker and really a sexologist, for lack of a better word, and people would write down anonymous questions, and we would use humor, going back to the humor, to kind of put people at ease, to realize
like sex advice questions.
Anything. Like I'll tell you one of our favorite questions. Somebody said, can you put a bowling ball in your vagina?
Can you and should I are very different.
Well, you're right. And so so we use a little humor so that person doesn't feel, right? Like that's brave to ask a question, even if it's anonymous, it's brave. And I'm a believer if one person asks it, there are several others who want to know. Yeah. But Shanna did. She said, well, physically, yes, you can, right? Think how it's a muscle, it stretches. We know if you have birth. But the question really is, should you or why would you want to? So it's kind of an interesting thing.
Probably not good for your health.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like really for me, it would just be heavy.
That's what you're most worried about? You're worried it'd be too heavy?
Well, listen, if it got in there, it would be very heavy and awkward to just go about your daily life.
Like, what weight do you go with?
You know,
is it the 10-pound
you put the
ball,
holes
the
in. You hold the holes. Yeah, what pound ball is it?
And how much lube would you need?
A lot of lube.
That's like Costco size.
That's
lube,
a lot of lube.
Yeah,
a lot of time to prepare. Yourself.
Emotionally, if anything else.
Emotionally, outside of physically, yes. Emotionally, you're going to give birth to a bowling ball at some point. If you get it in there,
hopefully it's going to come out.
You would need it to, for sure.
Imagine. Yes, but I agree with you. I think toys, all of it. If it's it's a great way to explore your own body, your likes, your dislikes, what you're willing to try, the edge that you're willing to go to, and
And they've gotten really creative. They have like crucifix dildos and alien penis dildos where they put eggs inside of you so you feel like you're being impregnated by an alien.
tell me more and where.
It's true. And it comes with like legitimate. I'm kind of a fucked up person and I like looking at these things and I don't want to buy them, but you put eggs in the back of the dildo and you put this alien plasma substance in there so that you use it, but then the eggs and the plasma come out so it's like you're getting fucked by an alien.
Not chicken eggs.
Not chicken eggs, no, like alien eggs like this big.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like 3 of them, And so they've gotten really unique, from the double to the triple-headed dongs, even.
And the remote control ones. I've used that with partners.
That can be really great until Wi-Fi doesn't exist. It ruins everything. It really does. I tried to.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. But we did it once at a restaurant. And that was super hot.
That's hot.
I mean, because that was like extended foreplay.
Yeah.
So
they have so much control over you.
Exactly.
Wow, I like that.
Me too.
See, okay, remote control, alien penises, crucifixes, fists, triple-headed
bowling
dongs,
balls. I mean,
bowling
really,
balls.
it's just the sky's the limit.
The sky's the limit. As long as it does not have a heartbeat, you're good to go. Well, let me rephrase that. An animal. Don't use an animal.
Yeah, and if it's consensual and if it's going in the anus, please, please, please have a base.
Yes,
That's
tie a
the-
string to it.
Something. Bungee cord. I don't know what you do. I don't know. But something, so you don't have to go to the ER.
Yes, and like I said, the industry's gotten so creative back, even growing up and things like that. You had to Google like banana peel and microwave and crap like that, or marker or wrapped in aluminum foil or something like. Not aluminum foil.
Don't put that in the microwave.
Don't put aluminum foil in an orifice or the microwave.
Yeah.
Both will not end well.
But there was so much shame around it, or there was so much like, let's make it as extreme as we can, right? So both ends of the spectrum, instead of saying, no, it's for anybody and everybody, and just find your jam.
They disguise it as lipstick. You can put it in your purse. People don't even know.
I had a necklace, a tiny necklace. I don't think this company exists anymore, and it wasn't very big. It was maybe that big. But I probably shouldn't admit this, I would wear it under dresses, and I once did a Catholic charity event, and I wore it, and there were like bishops in the room and priests, and I sat at the table with the bishops and the priests, and I thought, if they only knew what I had on this piece of jewelry, they don't realize.
Oh my!
It was one of my happier moments.
Thrilling, like a you don't even know kind of thing. Wow. You got 2 sex-positive people here saying to go out and explore and adventure at your own health consensually and get to know your body a little bit better, because I'm all for it. Yeah. You learn so much more about yourself. You really do. Spices up a relationship, too.
Yeah. And you can advocate, right? You're your best self-advocate, so.
That part.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was great. Thank you so much for that. Yeah. So that was Let's Have a Jess Talk.
Okay, I love that. That was awesome.
Super easy. I know you were so worried about each of these segments.
This is the inside. Like I've created a story in my head, and then
I didn't study. I didn't know anything.
I didn't
There's
study.
no crafting.
Yeah,
I told you. Well, actually, I don't know that because
so grateful that
we don't know what's in here.
I know. But there's 2 of us now. I feel like it's a team. So.
It is a team activity. So at this point, we're going to take a little break, which means that we're going to roll the cameras. We can talk. We can get some more water, stretch it out, and we have an activity.
Okay.
The activity for today is one for you.
Whoa! Oh,
one for you. Legos.
It's a little crafty.
It is Legos to build, collect. Compatible with major brands. 40 plus pieces inside. Yay! Good thing we're a team.
This is going on your Yelp review.
It's already 1 star. I'm not worried about it. All right, we're going to take a little break. All right, we're back from our little break, and with very good consulting, we've made what could be a sex toy. Actually, see,
Yeah, the bowling ball's looking better and better now.
they may disconnect, and you might have to take a deep breath, but. This is what we made.
And you did a great job because my role was this, pushing
Your
the
role
pieces
was you
to
attached this part.
I did.
You did put this on to make it look like a spaceship,
I did.
but the rest of it you did just push.
I just gently, delicately,
Nudged towards
lovingly nudged them towards
So we'll add this to the collection and just
good.
add this here.
Perfect.
Thank you for all your help. Are you sure you don't want this one?
No, I want you to keep that for a late night when you're...
Would I need to play with some Legos in bed?
It's kind of the shape, I guess, like a little
Of a bowling ball?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's a
if you ever
small
get
bowling
curious-
ball.
Yes.
Okay, Debbie, to close out this show, we're going to do one final activity. It is not a craft. One-line Pictionary is what we're going to play.
All right, I've never done that.
We have a word generator.
Okay.
That is going to give you a word. You're going to have to draw the word, but you can't lift your marker.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
And I have to guess. Okay. It's 1 minute, one line. We're going to do medium. Or do you want to do hard?
It's too easy. We can do medium.
We'll do easy.
Whatever you want.
We'll try easy. Okay. So you're going to hit generate word.
Okay.
This one.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay. Oh. Can you see that?
No, I can't. I'm blind too.
What do you need me to do for you?
Oh no, the camera's fine.
Okay.
I don't need to see it.
It's like, I'm not sure how I can help you. Okay.
So you're going to have 1 minute.
Okay.
You can't lift your marker.
Okay.
And you have to draw this and I have to guess.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Can't lift your marker. Hair.
No, but that's...
Grass.
Yes.
Grass.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Okay,
All right.
my turn.
Yes. Oh, you need this.
Let's see. Okay.
I can't see it, but
Yes.
the camera will.
All right, one line. Okay.
Flag, dinosaur, mountain. This is just, I'm gonna just keep. Shoe, high heel, stiletto.
Oh, I loved it. That's what you get, apparently.
Slide.
Slide! That was very good. Okay.
That's good.
All right, we're gonna go to medium now. Okay, medium is set. I guess I should have showed you the.
Yeah, show your drawing.
Show the drawing.
You kind of showed it off, so.
This is a tough one. Okay. Okay.
One line, one draw.
Let's see. I'm just, okay, I think I've got it.
All right. Let's see. Oreo. Oh, you lifted. Just continue. Just continue. You just can't lift anymore.
Now I can't.
Eyes,
Like-
face. You can't lift.
I know, let's do this.
Mustache.
No.
Goatee. Box of hair.
Scar.
Scar. Oh,
Would you do that?
show us your scar. Scar.
Hey, everybody, that was, yes.
That looks like a mustache.
It does look like a mustache.
And you got to
oddly placed.
lift. Okay.
And I even got to lift.
You got to lift.
And it's still, that was a tough one. I was trying to think how to do a face and a scar on the cheek. Which
Very hard.
very hard.
Oh, good. Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready. You laughed, which makes me nervous. It might be a tricky one.
Don't lift.
I know.
That's the hardest part, to know where to begin. Lollipop? No. Face, sun, magnifying glass. Hair, is that a human? Bow?
Is that a human?
Is that a bow? Pigtails, headband? No signs that I'm anywhere close.
15 seconds.
So headband, hat. Okay, that is a person. Look at you go. But I don't know what I'm supposed to be guessing. It's a what?
A nun.
Okay, but look how good this is.
Was one line?
With
That is
not
pretty good, one line.
lifting.
That's not bad. It was
That
a nun,
great.
though.
I would not have. I'm not. Yeah. Even that. I talked about the keepers. That documentary.
I was
You
trying
think that I
to
would-
draw your necklace that you're not wearing, that you wore in front of the bishops.
Oh yeah. So that was a vibrator.
Okay. Now we're going to go to our last round. It's the hard round.
Okay. Generate. Here we go. My God.
Okay.
Okay.
Box. Ooh, envelope. Letter, envelope, mail, man, delivery, mailbox, writing a letter, pen pal,
Doing a good job.
signing, letter opener,
Yes.
letter opener.
Yes.
Yes!
Oh my God.
That was really good.
Well, you were good
You did.
guessing.
You
because
did that letter in one swoop because you could have fucked that up really bad.
I almost did fuck it up, but I was sweating, so and luckily it was all, the lines could all connect.
Okay.
This is a very fun game.
Yeah, this is gonna be dirty anyway. Here we go.
Okay. Bowling ball, dildo,
You're close.
alien eggs.
Trying to think. I could go with the clean version. Here we go.
Oh no, don't do that.
I'll do two.
Okay, you can't lift your,
yeah.
but start
me
again.
start over.
Okay.
Wow,
That's
cheated-
the hardest
cheated
part.
at
You
my
don't,
own game.
but you don't even know that you're lifting it. That's the tricky part. Huh. I have no idea. Am I looking at it this way? This way is how faucet,
That's good.
but not it. Bathroom, pubic hair, drain, bathtub, sink.
Remember, I can't lift.
Can't lift. Water,
Yes, that's good.
semen, cum. I don't know.
It's not dirty anymore.
Oh,
I
it's not
changed
dirty.
it.
You changed it. Okay. Water faucet, kitchen sink, drain. Oh,
Close.
water down the drain.
Oh, I left it. That's what you get.
Well, you're a much better artist than I am. I don't know what it is. What is that?
Dripping.
Well, which would be impossible to do because of the
Can't
drips.
drip.
You can't drip. But look how good that
Look at
is.
this pubic hair. That's nice.
I don't know. I thought we were still on the other train. That's
I
a
know,
good
you were
game.
like, come. I was like, no, I changed it because I
That
can
was
do
good.
dripping, but you can't do the drips.
Yeah, the drips
Okay,
are hard.
We'll do a really hard round. Last one.
All right. Okay.
Okay, what you got? V, virgin, victory, medal, gold medal.
Yes.
Yes, good job. Oh, that was really good.
You were good at that because that I was not sure what to do in
I
addition.
can't guess if you don't draw great. Look at you.
Well, that was all I had. So if you didn't guess it, I was not going to be able to go any further.
Okay. All right. You should get this one. It's the last one.
No pressure. Bowling ball. Sunrise. Smoke. Cigar. Kazoo. Oh, a party favor? Like a what's that thing called that you blow out and it makes that noise? No. Firework? No. I love that you're
This
just
part.
is that a mouth? Is that coming out of somebody's mouth?
Yes.
Okay.
In the mouth.
Is it blowing bubbles? No. A wand, a pipe,
On the right track.
weed, a joint, a cigarette, a cigar,
You're in the right.
I don't.
Say it. You were about to say it.
A bong?
No.
No.
Yeah.
A bowl.
No. I'm saying those things. You're on the right track. Other things you can smoke.
Grass. No. Grass.
A fat joint
A fat joint.
is called a.
A blunt.
Yeah! A blunt! And this was supposed to be a weed sign, but I can't really make the weed flower.
Can you tell that I'm an edibles girl? And I did. You did great.
Oh my gosh, I don't think so.
Well, you got it.
Debbie, I had the most fun with you today.
Thank you.
so
I did
much
too.
for coming into the lounge and for
Loved
joining me. Before we close out the show, can you tell viewers where they can find you and how they can hire you?
Oh, yes. Thank you. Debbie Scheer Speaks. So Debbie Scheer, Scheer Speaks on Instagram, on Facebook, on all the platforms that I should be on and probably am not enough. So, yeah. And I'd love to talk if you are interested in talking about fundraising or MC work, any of it.
We're going to post all that information in the description and down below so that you can follow Debbie Scheer and also hire her for future events. Thank you again so very much.
I
and
loved it.
Thank you all so much for watching Lahore's Lounge. We'll be back with another guest next week, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Attention,